Okay, I'm gonna show you how to maintain your JURA E8. It's the model 2023 and up, the EC. It has the new V3 3D brewing unit, and we're gonna overhaul it. And I'm gonna show you step by step how to reach it and how to maintain it. This now is a voiceover because I didn't want to talk through my videos, but I did it later on when putting the brewing unit back together. So the first steps I'm gonna show you are quite simple, and how to get the brewing unit out and to dismantle the brew unit is quite simple and easy, and I'll show you how to do it without my voice. But later on I'm gonna take you through the steps and putting it back together and how to do it the proper way. So first slide through this video, and I'll show you later on how to refurbish the brew unit. Okay, everything is cleaned up nicely now. I put everything in an ultrasonic cleaner, but if you don't have an ultrasonic cleaner, you can use this stuff, Pulicav. It's a powder. You can put it in a bowl of water and toss everything in, and just really rinse it good afterwards, and then it will be all nice and clean, just like this. Only with an ultrasonic cleaner, it does the job 10 times faster. We're gonna put it back together now. These are all the rings. These are for the drainage valve, and these are for the pistons. But I'll take you to it when we put it all together. Okay, we're gonna start with the drainage valve. These are the parts you need for the V3. This is the newer valve for the new types of E8, S8, Z8 and Z6 second gen, and the Z10 of course. And I think the new types of J have them as well. Well, let's start with this. I use silicone grease, but from Kluber Loop. It's food grade, so it can be used with food stuff like coffee in this case. Just get a little bit of everything on all the rubbers. So like this, not too much. Okay, so we remember this one goes in like this on this side. Put it in with this part. Then need this part. Tap it in. This one goes like this. Make sure it's straight. If you look through this hole, you can see the plastic ring which came in second. Now this is the original part from JURA. This will come off now and then it will make coffee. Well, after grinding, the coffee won't come out. It dumps the water in the tray and leaves the grounds dry in the grounds container. I have this one. This is an alloy one which won't come off because it's pressed. So we change this one for this one so we won't have the problem again. Here needs a rubber on it as well. And you see that notch right here goes into the notch right there. On the other side, on the outside, it always goes in like this, so the water can't come out. Put it back like this. Here we need a orange one, and then the black one. Make sure when you press it, it comes all the way out. This is the O-ring which comes in here, but it's easier for me to put it already in here, like this. And when you put it in, make sure you press the spring, and then you need to hear a click. And you can put back the T10 Torx. if they don't get maintained, these torques are all rusted because JURA stopped using the stainless steel ones. They now use normal steel. So and sometimes it collects water, and then after a year or 4 they won't come out, so you have to drill them out. But luckily for me, these ones are still perfect. So like this. And then here you have the black one. It's slightly different than the orange one. It's a bit thinner. That comes out. That comes on this sprout like this. This one goes in. So, and then when you hear a click, it's good to see if it's all aligned and to see if this is installed correctly. It needs to make contact like this. Okay, now we take this one, the case. Be gentle because they are very yeah, how you call it, fragile. Okay. That's new. Now we're gonna put back the rest. I like to get each part individually fixed. Take the piston ring and just put a good amount of wax on it. This one. I always try to dry my fingers in between, because otherwise the rest of the parts will get sticky because of the grease. Oh yeah, the shower head. I also put it extra in the pulley cuff and scrubbed it really good. I always afterwards I'll put them into the sky to see if all the tiny holes are clean, because sometimes there can be a gunk in between, and then it looks clean on the outside, but it's really it's stuck on the inside. So make sure that's good. Okay, we're gonna take this part. You see, after a while, this is a bit, yeah, how you call it, like sanding, sorry, like sanding paper. I'll take a tiny amount, just a tiny amount, and then scrub it in. So on the first try, it won't get, the lower piston won't get stuck, like this. Take this one. This is the lower piston. On these newer models, you have for the PEP, for the pulse extraction program, you have tiny holes, and if you are cleaning up, make sure these holes are free, and always try to get those coffee grounds they were in between the rubber. Make sure it's free from that as well. Okay, piston rubber like this. Tiny bit, just a wet brush. That's it. Tiny bit of grease. You won't even see it, but also on this one, on this one. Okay. This goes into the upper piston. I didn't show you in the video, but I took already out this rubber. I know it's cleaning up. So new rubber on it. Didn't do my nails, so works good now. On this one comes a rubber as well, but I do that at the end. Take both of them. This is the crema valve. If this one is missing, it won't build up pressure, so you don't get crema. That's why it has the name crema valve. Just slide it in and then twist it. It's perfect. Okay. You got the arms just a tiny bit here and a little bit more between the rails. This one the same, and this one also. Okay, I think now we can put it back together. First part is always the tricky part. This one needs to get in between here, but look at this gap and this gap here. Those should be aligned. If you have it like this, it's false. It's full. So you need to do it like this. Like this. I like to put it in here and then on the back. And then pull them. You can just twist it in like this. Oh no, sorry, we need to do that later on. First, leave it like this. Then you have your cylinder. You see a tiny half a moon sitting in here. Make sure it falls in this place. This is where the drainage valve will come, like this. So it can, when it comes down, it can go goes like this. So put it, I like to hold it with my hand, like so. Put this in here. And then the piston. And this is tricky, because if you don't do this right, it will come out during a cycle. Okay, again. You need to make sure you press the cylinder onto the gears, and then with another finger press it in like this, and you see the cylinder comes up, and you press down the piston like this. Perfect. And later on, before you mount it into the machine, you can check yourself, but I'll show you later. This goes in here, of course. We need the C-clamps. These ones are just like the screws, not made of stainless steel, so they will break after not maintaining it for 4 years. But this machine is 2 years old, so this will be his first maintenance. You can do it with your thumb as well, but like this, it's stuck. Now put your drainage valve in. Make sure it's like this and like this, all the way to the top. Now we're gonna put in between the bearings, tilt it a little bit outwards with your thumb, and with a screwdriver or your other finger you can put it around the gears. Yes, like this. And on the other end as well. Come on. Perfect. Okay. This gear, this arm goes on this. Make sure you put it on the right spot. But if you won't do that, it won't fit, so you can't mess this one up. So where you put a new rubber on the vacuum valve, like so. Okay, now put them all the way on the top and then pull it again. So this one comes out, and as you can see, the lower piston is still in between the gears, otherwise it would have come out. But we're gonna check again later on when it's all being put together. What I like to do is, because I need to make room like this, so give it put it a little bit more back. To bring in the upper piston, if you have the brewing unit towards you like this, like it's mounted, make sure this one sticks out to the other end. Don't bend it the other way, because it can only be one way, like so. You prime to the outside, so it gets stuck in here, and then this one. Now we need to bring, now we need to twist on the big gear. You have two sides of them, this side and the more stump side. Always bring this side down like so, and the stump side up. So I'll make sure to grab the rod, and then these come out, and just like so. Usually do this standing up, but because of the camera I can't. Like this. Now you put this one back in between there. This already got some grease on it, like so. Now we're gonna put back on the top cap. You see these notches, these will slide over these ones. And then bring them down like so. Perfect. Oh, and don't forget to tighten these again. Now we're gonna put back the vacuum part like this. This one goes on this one, and this one. First put it in here, then the tube underneath, and click. Before I'll get the puck scraper on, and this one, I try to make sure it all works, and of course if the lower piston doesn't come out and it's upper position. If it comes out, you need to start over and start with repositioning the lower piston. I always try to start with this one when the cylinder is just in front of the gap for the beans, for the grounds. It doesn't really matter if it's perfect or not, because the motor, even on the old ones, will do a full cycle to recognize where the brewing unit is and in which position it is. Oh, and this one, put it underneath and then click like this. So it will always recognize in which position it sits. But to be sure you have enough room mounting, or for your mounting the screws back in, I like this position. Okay, I already cleaned the inside. As you can see, you can do that with a plastic brush, a vacuum and some wet wipes. And I already did a grinder as well. I'll maintain the grinder, but it's you can see that in another video, because it's the same as the previous model. Okay, I always forget this one, so I'll start with getting the hose on, and let me get the screws. This is the only screw on the lower side, is the only screw in the new JURAs which still is stainless steel, because they noticed with the previous types, when they replaced these ones for normal steel, they get rusted as well, and then you have to drill them out, and it's not the easiest position to drill those out. So, and the fine threaded ones will go into this one and this one. I hope you can see which position it's in, and I hope I can see it as well, because the camera is in the way. No, I didn't. Okay, start with this one. Not too tight, because it's plastic and you will break it, of course. Let's see. There you can see it. Now it's time to put the rest back together. I need this one first. Clean this all. There can be some gunk in here, and then the waste from the intelligent water system, the EWS, it won't come out like this, like soda, and then it will drop it in here and leaves a puddle for you in the morning. Make sure these fall into the slots.
With the older models, the side panel needed to be from top to bottom. Now we only mount the top slightly backwards. I also replaced this gasket or seal. Okay, and then you tap it from the back to the front. Make sure this one is aligned and your screw holes are aligned. And then put in some water and some beans and make some coffee.